Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Here from Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, about life. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Heart in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. The nice thing about this movie, it's different. It's original. It's different. It's called Here because the camera never moves the entire movie. It stays in the same spot and the world changes around it. Some of the stars there. So most of it centers around Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. Here you see they've de-aged them using CGI, and they look pretty good. I got to say, this looks amazing. But there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff where you see the dinosaurs, probably in the opening credits. You see the meteor that wiped them out. You see colonial times. You see them building a house here. You see them moving in after World War II. Well, that's not them. That's his father. So it's all going to be about life. Life. But the camera's never going to move, which will be fun and interesting to do. Zemeckis is a great filmmaker. I love Back to the Future and the underrated The Frighteners. If you've never seen that, you should probably see it. Forrest Gump, I'm like, it's a little too sappy for me. This is going to be a little too sappy for me, but Zemeckis, unlike, say, Spielberg, he doesn't sort of drown in the sappiness, in the saccharine kind of, world of sentimentality. Although he goes into it, he doesn't drown in it. He still has a sense of humor about him, I think, that sort of keeps it from going too far that way. There's going to be a ton of nostalgia bait here. For the younger viewers, I think some of it will be lost on them. For guys like me, it's totally on point. Look, you got a landline here, folks. What's that? So I like the whole travel through time thing. So when you could see this house here in the woods, and then later you see him older, and you see the background, the outside the window constantly changes. Here's his family. But through time, we're going to see everything. I think it's going to be fun. I will definitely see this movie. I don't know if I'll go to the theaters. It's November 15th is when it drops. First act, I think it's going to be about the space establishing the sort of mechanism that's going to go throughout the movie where the camera never moves. So we're going to start in prehistoric times and show up all the way into probably about World War II when Tom Hanks' dad moves in, and then sort of burn through his life real quick until he gets to this point and meets a girl. And then it's going to slow down and focus on Hanks and Robin Wright and their love story and their life together, right? So on that will be the second act. They get married. They take over the house. They have kids. I think the dad dies tragically, and then, or maybe the mom, and then they're taking care of the remainder, and then they eventually die, and then it's just the two of them throughout the years raising their kids, and then I'm sure Vietnam's gonna be a factor in this. He seems to always drop that in, Zemeckis, in movies like this, and eventually you're gonna get the modern day when Tom Hanks and Robin Wright are very old, and then they retire and go their merry way, and I guess somebody else takes over the house, and that's the end. That'll probably be the third act. Maybe we see a bit of the future. That would be kind of neat, seeing robots or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe it'll be a dark ending where it's like, oh, they're going to tear down the house and build a skyway. I doubt it, though. I think it's going to be a nice ending, or at least a realistic ending. So I looked it up on IMDb. The write-up is from the reunited director, writer, and stars of Forrest Gump. Here is an original film, very important, about multiple families and a special place they inhabit. The story travels through generations, capturing the human experience in its purest form. So that's a high bar. A high bar to meet. So, yeah, I think they got, see, all the different time periods here. This is probably Tom Hanks as a little kid. Here he is as sort of like an older teen, maybe, or like early 20s kind of guy. And here's the Native Americans before the house was even built. Here they are old. So I think this could be very interesting. I think it's definitely going to be watchable. Zemeckis knows how to make a movie. And so I'm definitely biased towards it. But I think you could do a hell of a lot worse than Roger Zemeckis. I like Zemeckis so much. He would be on my short list to direct the Pineys. There are very few Hollywood guys I would say, ooh, he'd be good. And I'd kind of have some trust in him to make the book come out the way I want it. Yeah, Zemeckis probably be on the top, really. He's got a good sense of humor. I love that, the timeline, because I love the whole history thing. So yeah, it's here, and it's it will be here November 15th. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Tony D, and little Joan in the background. I will be at Sunrose Books tomorrow from 11 to 1 in Ocean City, so don't miss that. And then on Friday, I'll be at Crossroad Comics and Collectibles from 4 to 7. Sunday, I'll be at the Salem County Fairgrounds for the big truck, car, and swap meet called the Cowtown Showdown. And that's on Sunday from 10 to 5. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.